Hi there, everyone, and welcome to the lighter side of basketball, where we have plenty of superstars, super bloopers, and pranks on NBA players.
Right there. Oh, that was Rick Mahone.
At the horn.
Hi everyone, I'm Jay Johnstone, and over the course of this next half hour, we're going to bring to you some of the crazier moments that have occurred in the world of basketball, not only on the court, but off the court as well. On tap for you today, we have a roast for Charles Barkley. We have a visit from the Harlem Globetrotters and plenty of those hoop bloops. So sit back and relax and enjoy as we bring to you the lighter side of basketball.
Round and round we go. Where and when the round ball stops, nobody knows.
7 seconds left. Pressure's got to be put on. A steal. It's in! Holy God! Holy God! Holy God! I don't believe it! That is Calvi, right? Holy, that is Calvi!
Now that we've got your attention, let's try and keep it with some heads-up basketball. Sorry, pal, that doesn't count. But this one does. A length of the court pass that goes off his teammate's head and into the basket to win the game. Bored already, sir? Well, here's something to get you going. Tie game, mom's operating the video camera when her son hits the game-winning shot. Besides being exciting, the game of basketball can also be pretty physical.
I'm falling and I can't get up.
And neither can this next group of guys and gals.
Through the years, I've seen thousands of crazy basketball plays, but this next one has to rank right up there as one of the strangest. Now pay close attention as we slow things down a little and explain to you exactly what's going on during this play.
You're right, Jay. This was a crazy one. Watch the team in white. In particular, this guy right here, who's about to leave the screen. In fact, not only did he leave the screen, but he also left the gymnasium. And his defender, right here, has no idea where he went. But the point guard knows exactly where he went. He's out in the hallway, getting ready to run around through the side door. He gets the pass and buries the three-pointer, just like they planned it. Okay, here it is again, this time in regular speed. As the team in white works the ball around, pay close attention to the hallway area where you'll see our sneaky hoopster. There he goes, and here he comes. Squares up and hits the shot. Pretty clever play, guys. Certainly not legal, but pretty clever.
Wow.
If you thought that last play was wild, get a load of these next ones. Here, the player on the fast break uses the floor to score the bucket. The same thing happens on this play as number 12 tries to save the ball and winds up putting it in the basket.
Nice save by White. Barnes, nice save. Whoa! That's got to be the three-pointer of the century.
If it wasn't, then this one is. Here it is again. Somehow, our high schooler manages to whip the ball behind his back, and it kisses off the glass for 3 points. Here are some more unbelievable shots. This one comes from behind the backboard. It's good. And this 3 comes from behind the head. And watch this story. Number 32 hits the desperation length of the court shot to win the game. And the next day at practice, his coach says, "Okay, hot shot, let's see you do it again."
Go.
And those are just a few of the plays we consider to be unbelievable.
Wow.
During the 1992 Summer Olympics, the U.S. men's basketball team became known as the Dream Team. Well, we've decided to put together a dream team of our own. These guys are the NBA stars who have fallen victim to our elaborate pranks. Let's listen to the starting lineup.
Starting at guard, number 3 from the Orlando Magic, Dennis Scott. We had poor Dennis stuck in an elevator with a pregnant woman who was pretending to have a baby. And what did Dennis do?
Help! 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 We stuck in the elevator!
Hang on, I'm gonna call the elevator guy.
Hurry up! Hurry up! She thinks she might have a baby! Hurry up!
At the other guard from the Philadelphia 76ers, Johnny Dawkins. While at a golf outing, Johnny was doing a normal TV interview. That is until Manute Bol decided to interrupt things by driving a golf cart through a fake wall. Starting at forward for this dream team from the Miami Heat, Ronnie Cycli. Ronnie believed he had landed a huge endorsement contract for a new sports drink. That is, till he tasted it.
Jeez.
What's the matter, Ronnie? You didn't like it?
No.
At the other forward from the Portland Trailblazers, number 25, Jerome Kersey. Kersey almost bought the farm here when he thought Danny Ainge and Alaa Abdelnaby had invested $50,000 of his money to buy a one-eyed racehorse that wasn't worth a dime. Poor Jerome.
We'll talk about it. We'll talk about it. Right now, I want you to look at that camera right there, and that camera right over there.
That's the ugliest horse I've ever seen.
You thought I would give $50,000?
And our starting center, also from the 76ers, 7'7" Manute Bol. Manute won hands down after Rick Mahorn's head came up under one of these cover dishes. As the Phoenix Suns' Charles Barkley leads him around the table.
They're right there.
That was Rick Mahorn.
And finally, Jimmy Rogers, former coach of the Minnesota Timberwolves. Little did Jimmy know that Pooh Richardson was waiting to flood his face with shaving cream.
Water hits the spot. You guys got me.
do salute those members of our NBA Pranks Dream Team.
From our dream team, let's move on to some fraternity fun. We have learned that over the years, college kids, more than anyone else, when they get in front of a camera, love to ham it up. When you turn on the lights and the tape begins to roll, presto, instant entertainment. So, with that in mind, we took our camera crew to Villanova University, where we found a few guys ready to really ham it up.
As you can see, we really didn't need the cheerleaders to get these guys fired up. The fraternity brothers were out in full force and ready to get down. And get down they did with some one-on-one blindfolded basketball. Each participant was required to don our beautiful blindfold along with this bandana. Then their coach would direct them to where the ball was on the court. And as you can imagine, we came across plenty of funny moments. After hours and hours of bad basketball, the game finally ended when this fella made the shot. And the crowd went nuts. Another crazy college event is the Dick Vitale Sound-Alike Contest, where every year, students from all over the country gather to imitate Dickie V. But before they begin, Vitale always offers these contestants some friendly advice.
Sound like me, but don't look like me, baby, because if you look like me, you're in a whole lot of trouble.
I like this kid's style. Look at the way he says, Coach, give me the ball, give me the ball. I'll make you proud.
Oh, baby, it's great to be back here in Raleighwood, North Carolina, but I remember who's sitting over there in Chapel Hill. He's Dino. He's the Michelangelo. They number one, the big cheese, the head honcho.
Showtime, baby, it's good. Look at him. He looks like John Saunders stroking his J. He looks like me stroking the J. He's awesome, baby.
Oh, I'm so excited, baby. This is awesome. It's incredible.
Ladies and gentlemen, Dick Vitale at the birth of his first child.
Oh, it's awesome, baby. It's flat out awesome. There's the head. It's bald, just like mine. Look at him shake and bake and rock and roll. He's going to be a PTP, I can tell. A potty-trained Python. I know what you're saying, Rumiel Robinson. You're saying, what about me, Dickie V? Don't worry, Rumiel. You're still my Rolls-Royce point guard. I want you handling the rock, but I firmly believe that this little guy, this little girl is going to be a true diaper dandy.
Hoops bloops are what we call these next plays, and folks, I guarantee you we're going to bring the house down with this action. Or at least we'll bring down the backboard. Brian Hopgood of Louisville with the not-so-good foul shot. Did you like that, Denny? Well, you'll love this. Our mascot who puts one in from half court. Can you do it again? He sure can as he hits two in a row. And here are a couple of long-distance dedications, ladies style. Wow is right as the little guy gets a little help from his teammates with the dunk. And this next one's for you, pal. Watch the coach. Actually, watch his pants. Coach, you just ripped your pants, and the crowd loves it.
There's nothing like the excitement of a basketball arena, which kind of leads me to my next story. John Simpson was a college student that had to make 4 shots, including one from half court, to win a new car. Now, can you guess what John did?
Simpson.
Here they are, the stuntmen of basketball, the Bud Light Daredevils. 12 years ago, these guys got their start when their founder, Ty Cobb, accepted the challenge from a friend to do a flip off a trampoline and slam a basketball through a hoop. And 12 years later, this slam dunk group still brings the crowd to its feet with their acrobatic flips and their trampoline slams. And since that first dunk, the Daredevils have created sideshows and characters such as Squeegee Man, whose primary job is to run the length of the court and slam his head against the backboard. Now that looks like fun. The Bud Light Daredevils, a rib-tickling halftime show that gives new meaning to Dick Vitale's term, Slam Bam Jam, baby.
Charles Barkley of the Phoenix Suns is one of the more vocal players of the NBA. Regardless of the subject, Charles is never at a loss for words. Well, we have found some rare footage of Charles not talking. It's the first annual Charles Barkley Roast.
The location was the 12 Caesars restaurant in Philadelphia, a place where these celebrities gathered to attend a roast for the Easter Seal Society. The roastee? Charles Barkley of the Phoenix Suns. Now, the evening began with a cocktail party, where some of the roasters had already begun to take their digs at Charles.
Yeah, I didn't know Charles did any good things, and this is great. I'm glad he's doing something for a change.
Well, when you talk about warm, generous people, a person who is team-oriented, who thinks first of winning rather than individual goals and statistics, you're not talking about Charles Barkley.
Finally, it came time to put Charles on the spot. But before the jokes started to fly, the dais appropriately brought out their umbrellas just in case Charles decided to let some spit fly. And when the jokes did begin, Charles was the center of it all.
You've heard a lot about Charles' academic background. Charles was a great student at Auburn. You don't know that. He really was a great student. It's how I got him in that was the real problem. I got him in with the rock test. Here's the rock test. Which hand got the rock in it? Charles failed that thing 3 times.
I love your attitude because you're always the same. You're like, you are treated like any other player, and that's the beauty of you. You know what I mean? You treat your coach, Jimmy Lynam, that little Mick Elf from West Catholic, with the most respect. I like the way you handle that. Once in a while you stop back, you take a 3-pointer, give him the finger. I like that. I like the fact that you have so much respect for him. You know what I'm saying?
Banky at the horn. He hit it! He hit it! He hit it! Brian Banky hit a desperation 3! We're going to overtime!
And as they go to overtime, we're going to go to some kids' time and take a look at a few youngsters out on the court. And we mean literally out on the court, as this toddler wanders out of the floor during the game. Luckily, she's scooped up and delivered safely back to mom. Watch closely here. The team in yellow just made the foul shot. But look who's bringing in the ball. The team in yellow. The referee doesn't notice anything. Obviously, the team in yellow doesn't notice anything. And what do? They come down to the opposing team's basket and put it in for 2 points. And here's another bizarre play. The home team is playing by themselves. Why? Because the visiting team hasn't come out of the locker room after halftime yet. Come on, guys, we're waiting. The ref counts 5 seconds, gives the ball back to the home team. They inbound and put it in. Little late, aren't you, fellas? This is one of my favorites. Watch the little guy after he fouls out.
Foul on Peraldo, and that will be all for J.C. Peraldo. He is fouled out of this game. He literally goes right out of the game.
You know, kids are great to watch on a basketball court because you never know what to expect. Well, the same holds true for these next guys. You see, they're the clown princes of basketball, and I was lucky enough to have a chance to play with them. Introducing to you the Harlem Globetrotters.
Every night, this group brings their act to a different arena. And every night, these guys and gal get the crowd jumping with their razzle-dazzle routine. Now, the Globetrotters haven't lost a game in more than 20 years, but today, their opponent, the Washington Generals, have a secret weapon. That's right, our host, Jay Johnstone. Sweet Lou Dunbar, who's the prince of pranks on this Globetrotters squad, says that today he has plenty in store for Big J.
I have a lot of action for Jay. I will be checking him. I'm following him all the way to the bank. If he has to go to the bank, I'm going with him. I'll be his deposit slip.
All right, Jason. Sweet Lou's cashing you in. What's your strategy for today's game?
Prayer? A lot of prayer. I already have my shots down. I'm shooting from half court and all the corners. I figure it'll take them a long time to get to me. I got it already planned.
Since you have it planned, let's get going. But remember, Jay, don't try too hard to win, because
beating the Harlem Globetrotters is becoming like shooting Santa Claus. Nobody wants that to happen, so we try not to let it happen.
Now remember, Santa's life is on the line here. Nice move, Jay. I think it's time for somebody to cool you off.
No!
Hey, I didn't need another bath.
What do you mean another bath? One a year just doesn't cut it, Jay. And neither does your foul shooting technique.
Nice shot, buddy.
Well, even with the skills of Jay Johnstone, the Generals still weren't able to win. And so the Globetrotters' streak continues and their legacy lives on.
Okay, time for our next prank. For this one, we traveled to the University of North Carolina at Charlotte, where we met up with Jeff Mullins, former NBA star, now head basketball coach for UNCC. Jeff was more than willing to help us out with this next little joke.
Attractive-looking fellow, wouldn't you say? This fake furry rat, along with Coach Mullins, are getting ready to scare the daylights out of a few people at UNCC. Our victims were under the impression that they were doing a television interview with the coach. Little did they know that during this interview, our furry little friend here, tied to a string, was going to make a guest appearance.
What is that?
And to make this prank even more believable, we hired an exterminator to pretend like he was spraying the room for any of those vicious varmints. Before we began with the players, we first tested this prank out on the school's athletic director, Judy Rose. Here comes that rat, Judy.
You better be glad I didn't say something.
Now let's prank some players. First up, senior Cedric Broadhurst. Next up, point guard Bershawn Thompson. And finally, our last victim, assistant coach Melvin Watkins, who almost jumps out of his skin. As you can imagine, the players especially enjoyed watching Coach Watkins get it.
I kind of like this little fella. Hey, you like hoops? How about jams? Well, in that case, check these out.
Here's a steal by Massey, and he's got to break away.
I hope you had fun watching the action today. For everyone here, I'm Jay Johnstone, reminding you to keep it on the lighter side. And as we sign off, I thought it would be appropriate to leave you with this awesome ending.
Lincoln Pius High School, with the ball in white uniforms, hits the bucket to take a 6-point lead with time running out. But Wahoo High in the blue uniforms just won't die.
Eddie way out. Yes! Holy cow! All the way down. It's going to be stolen. They could tie it up with a three-pointer. Yes! It's going to overtime. Holy cow!
Holy cow is right, because in overtime, Wahoo High School went on to win Nebraska State Boys Basketball Championship. Nice job, fellas.
That's got to be the three-pointer of the century.
Oh, it's awesome, baby. It's flat out awesome. There's the head. It's bald, just like mine. Look at him shake and bake and rock and roll. He's going to be a PTP, I can tell. A potty-trained Python.
Is how I got him in that was the real problem. I got him in with the rock test. Here's the rock test. Which hand's got the rock in it? Y'all say that thing 3 times.
The Lighter Side of Basketball was produced by Steve Rothfeld Productions.